always had an obsession with farming simulators, so when I was told that Deiland would receive a Nintendo Switch release as Deiland Pocket Planet Edition, I figured it's about time that I explore this laid-back action farming adventure. What initially caught my eye was the focus on the day-to-day interactions that form this plotting experience. Sadly, the soil runs a bit dry in some parts. Deiland Pocket Planet Edition has you play as Arco, a young boy who lives on the tiny planet of Deiland. One day a space traveler visits and teaches him how to farm and survive more efficiently. This continues as you meet characters who happen to come across your planet. While this forms the game's narrative, it's more of a loose string of quests provided by each character. Every time someone visits your planet, you'll receive an alert, and you'll direct them where to land. Following the event, you're then given a new quest or able to complete a different quest, but they'll take off soon after. What's frustrating is how they tell you what they want, but not what you need to complete it. One quest had me make fabric, which I was provided a recipe for. However, they neglected to tell me that I needed to build a workshop attachment to my house in order to create it. It wasn't until later that I created the workshop and found out that hey, there's a whole list of other options here for me. Outside of the cryptic quest details, the characters don't have much to say. This makes it hard to feel that they are part of the world or even like I am interacting with them. This is even more apparent during quests when they say the same lines over and over again. It makes the already small world feel even smaller than it already is. Quests and everyday actions give you experience points needed to level up. This provides stats that are applied when you sleep. Stats can improve your energy, life, attack, and speed. Each option will help you in the long run, but I found that energy was the most efficient stat to increase since you can get more done in a day before you have to sleep again. The gameplay is slightly different from other farming simulator titles. Instead of crops showing growth over a few days, Deiland works on a timer system similar to a mobile title. Once planted, a crop will have a tiny circle above it to indicate when they are fully grown. You're then able to harvest the crop and plant them again. There's no real reason to watch over your crops since an alert will tell you when they're ready for harvest. Everything that has to do with farming runs on an instant pot system. You can build a well to hold rainwater that you can use to speed up growth. By applying the water, the timer will fill up by a quarter of the bar. Seasons and days seem to fly by. Since you are the only person on the planet, time isn't too much of a factor, and you only sleep when you need more energy to complete more actions. The days tend to blend as you spend time gathering, getting exhausted, and then sleeping. Seasons themselves are only about a week long, where some crops take at least 3 days to grow. All this makes them feel like a blur, and before you know it, you can't grow certain crops that are out of season. Deiland Pocket Planet Edition has random events that will visit your planet from time to time, such as a meteor shower or enemy attacks. The meteor shower will come with an alert and force you into a planet view without much warning. You'll have to rotate the planet to avoid damage as the meteors hit you. Once the event ends, you can collect the meteors. The entire process is jarring the first time it happens, since there isn't much of a warning. There aren't any tutorials explaining the event either, it just sort of happens. Monster attacks are more straightforward, as Arco will exclaim that he can feel enemies' presence, and then a marker will appear on the screen. Once killed, the enemies will drop an item and then nothing happens. Deiland Pocket Planet Edition is a shallow farming sim that provides you with very base level quests that don't really amount to anything memorable. The monotony of completing the quests and watching over crops never becomes more complex or challenging, weighing on the adventure's lasting factor. There's little here to experience after a few hours of gameplay, but it's still a charming indie offering that doesn't grow into the rose that I had hoped for. Noisy Pixel is giving Deiland Pocket Planet Edition a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.